Hey, good afternoon, people. Good afternoon. This is Spirit Journey. Yes, my system crashed. Interesting. It crashed when I was talking about the current administration in the United States of America. Yes. So I apologize about that. Let me see. I have my device here, and oops. Yeah. Let's see here. Close. Okay, I don't know what's happening here. Just seeing what it if not sure whether it closed. Okay. Yeah, I'm just seeing what's on the okay, the screen is still black. Let me just go back on. I'm gonna see what happens here. Just sigh. Yeah, I was doing a live stream and I just want to see what the new screen is saying. Okay. Let's see here. What's happening on my live screen? Okay. This could be now. Let's see. Just okay. Okay, I'm on right now. Yeah, so my old live screen it is delayed now. This is a new one. You know, the last thing what I was talking about the Biden Harris administration. Let me just say hello in the chat room. I'm back. Okay. Okay, so I put a little note there. Hope people get to see that I'm back on. Yeah, some things when you're talking, you get they hold you back. Yeah, the last thing I was talking about before uh, my last video, it froze. I hope that hope the content was saved. Yeah, because I couldn't like exit, it just froze. So I'm hoping that it was able to save the content that I had here. Yeah, I talked about, I shared different videos. I shared videos about the migrant situation, the invasions that was happening. Yeah. So the last thing I was talking about regarding Harris Biden administration, um, they seem to not addressing the migrant situation, their gangs, and invading people's homes with weapons. Yeah, let me show that one again. Let's see here. Let me present. Just take a couple of seconds. Oh, good. I see that we have some people on. Yes, hello, viewers. Yes, I'm back. Just going to go cover real quickly, just in case the live stream that I did maybe 15 minutes ago, my computer froze, and I don't know whether the content that I shared was deleted or not. So I just want to briefly, for those who didn't see the video, to just refresh, just to show what I discussed. And I think I really want to focus on uh, the CNN interview that Harris and Waltz discussed. Yeah, let me just share my screen. Just take just a few moments. Let's see here. Okay. Can make the screen bigger.
All right, everyone, welcome back.
Okay. Okay, now I'm sharing this again really quick. This is happening in America. You have gangs, and many of these. Oh, let me just share with you. Yeah, they're they are thugging Americans, and they're getting away with it. Let me play it right now.
Here to live now from Fox. We'll take a look at this really disturbing video. It has been making the rounds, going viral. This is out.
All right, yeah. Yeah, I just put on pause just a little bit. You saw one of them with a cell phone, so it seems like they're getting instructions. They're getting instructions what to do. If it's just a regular bunch of crooks, why is one of them with a cell phone going right in front of the door? Okay, and then you got people, now they're cleanly dressed and everything. Where did they get the weapons from? Where did they get those weapons from? Okay, all these asylum stuff, but somehow they're able to bring weapons.
In Aurora, Colorado, and it's one that is making headlines, of course, all over the country, where the mayor of Aurora says Venezuelan gangs are overrunning apartment buildings there as part of an organized criminal effort. Local police have called the incidents isolated, but surveillance video from at least one of the complexes is very startling, as you can see from this video right here. Now, we want to go on for more on this story about what's happening in Aurora. We're joined by Fox News senior national correspondent William Lajeunesse. William.
Okay, let me go back a little bit.
Been making the rounds, going viral. This is out in Aurora, Colorado, and it's one that is making headlines, of course, all over the country, where the mayor of Aurora says Venezuelan gangs are overrunning apartment buildings there as part of an organized criminal effort. Local police have called the incidents isolated, but surveillance video from at least one of the complexes is very startling, as you can see from this video right here. Now, we want to go on for.
Okay. Can you see that? You see that, people? It's not isolated. It's not isolated. In my opinion, these gangs, these thugs, it's by design. They're being brought in. They get money. Or it's like stealing money from a nation. They're, they're terrorizing local people, local communities, and they're coming armed. You saw that, those weapons. Yeah. And I was coming from New York City. I was born and raised in New York City, and I'm a veteran. And what was happening in New York City, you had these hotels that are housing families and individuals, and they had these motorcycles. Where did they get these motorcycles from? And they're the same type, and they're just there. And I feel it's going to be, how do you say, weaponized. Let me see here. I want to try something else here. How do it look? I think I'm going to type in motorcycles or migrants with motor bikes in New York City. Okay, I want to see any recent ones. Okay, NYPD cracks down on illegal mopeds. Oh, I don't see any. I'm looking for, wow. The old ones. Motorists on mopeds become a real problem in New York City streets. Very interesting. You don't see any newer video. Let's see, refurbished bicycles gifted to migrants for free in New York City. Oh, let's look at that. Let's take a look at that. Oops, let me share the screen. Okay. Let me share that. So this is all by design, people, to scare you. That's the wrong one. Okay. Hope I got this right. Okay. We'll share this top instead. Okay, let me make the screen bigger. This, okay, this is an older video, but I think it's very telling. Okay, let's play this video.
And in so many ways, it goes to the heart of what it means for New Yorkers.
We'll go back.
Tonight, a Be Kind story. And in so many ways, it goes to the heart of what it means for New Yorkers to be involved and responsible members of a sanctuary city. The focus, bicycles, used bikes, donated by residents, then fixed up and then offered for low or no cost to people who need them to go to work, to get around, including migrants here to seek asylum. Here's Eyewitness News reporter Stefan Kim.
Sometimes a bicycle can be for fun. But sometimes a bicycle is a necessity to move you forward when life sets you back, to help steer you around challenges and obstacles.
We take bikes that are old and used and refurbish them and provide them at low cost to folks around the neighborhood. The idea is to divert bikes from the waste stream, give things more life than they may have had.
And now at Recycle a Bicycle in Clinton Hill, Brooklyn, some of their bicycles will go to some of the neediest in this city for free. That's because the city has partnered with the TD5 Borough Bike Tour to launch a citywide initiative for asylum seekers. Donated bikes, repaired here, along with helmets and locks, will go to migrants. In Midtown tonight, a celebration to announce the launch of the program.
We firmly believe in the power of cycling, the transformative power of cycling, and we know that these bikes are going to help these asylum seekers acclimate and rebuild their lives in this great city, which is another gesture.
Wow. First time I'm seeing this video. I find it very troubling. New York City has a large American Black population, and we were not given bikes to get to our jobs. Why is that? See, it's about showing favoritism, not to the American people. Let me see where this video, when was it aired? Let me see. Okay, this was 1 year ago, it says. Yeah, 1 year ago. Wow. See that? It's not about us. It's about bringing on people to take over. Let me type in something else. Yes, stop sharing. Let's see. Okay. Okay, I just want to type in. Yeah, I'm not sharing the screen, but let me type in. Turn it to e-bikes. See here, I'm just, okay. Yeah, I don't know how they're getting these bicycles. Please crack down on illegal scooters, including some used by migrants. Most of them are used by migrants. Let's see here. Moped surge in DC. Let's see. Real life superheroes club. Okay. see here. I'm just trying to find something. What some people using the motorcycles or mopeds. You see there, it looks like my looking on YouTube migrants and motorcycles. There's not that many, but it was a real problem. Let's see. Okay. This is really weird. Yeah, they scrub the internet. They're scrubbing. They don't want you to know what's going on. Okay, let's see, migrants. Let's see, migrants. Robbing with motor in New York City. Okay, and just okay. Let me try this one. Okay. Okay, let me share my screen. See, excuse me. Excuse me. Sorry about that. So yeah, share. Excuse me. Okay. This video, oh wow, this one is 2 years. Oh wow, there's other videos here. Okay, let me just
New York City police are searching for a group of men they say are responsible for a series of brazen daylight robberies on mopeds over the weekend. Separate incidents in different parts of the city involving the use of electric scooters to quickly approach victims, strike, and then speed away. On Friday, the first attack caught on a security camera released by police. A 64-year-old man walking in the Chelsea neighborhood of Manhattan doesn't notice two men on mopeds approaching him from behind. One man gets off, allegedly grabs the $12,000 Rolex on the man's wrist, yanks it off, and appears to push the man to the ground. The victim runs after them, but can't keep up with the motorized scooters. The man suffered a few scrapes, but refused medical attention. Then on Saturday, a nearly identical crime, also caught on video footage released by the NYPD. Two young women walking near the famous Guggenheim Museum on the Upper East Side, attacked by two men on a scooter. First, the driver appears to swipe for the woman's necklace, but she dodges to the ground. The passenger then goes in for a second try, but the victim's friend drags her away, allowing the woman to get in a few well-placed kicks. The would-be thieves quickly roll out without taking anything. The woman suffered only minor injuries. NYC Mayor Eric Adams addressed the vehicles used in crimes at a press conference today.
Motorcycles, ATVs, creating havoc in our system. In our city, we saw how they use in criminal behavior. We're zeroing in on those.
Okay, and this so-called mayor violence. This so-called mayor violence, Mayor Adams. He's a part of the problem. He let them in because the so-called sanctuary city. This is not sanctuary for the public. The general public of New York City, law-abiding citizens and legal residents of New York City. They're being terrorized. And I lived in those areas that you saw on New York City, the people with the scooters or motorbikes. I live near that area. And so it hits close to home. I was afraid of it happening to me. Yeah. Sanctuary City, you know, the so-called liberals of New York City, yeah, they let them in. They didn't initially bother. See, it was thought that, you know, they'll stay on their side, so to speak. They come in, lay low, because New York City always had illegals coming in. My growing up in the past, 30 plus years in New York City. They were always here, but they laid low. But now since 2020, everything seemed to change. And now they're weaponized. I believe that they're being weaponized. And the system knows that when you have a lot of young men, no jobs, and they come in, and someone is paying for those motorbikes. You don't see any Black Americans with those bikes to get to work. Then they doing food deliveries. See, they have certain bikes. It's the airplane. So you have certain the restaurants have they use the e-bikes, and that's been a trend now for a couple of years in New York City, but it was gradual. They used to use, they had the bicycles, and then they started phasing out bicycles and using the e-bikes. And the e-bikes initially was illegal, but so many of the restaurants were using it to transport deliveries, food deliveries in particular. The police just stayed quiet. So I can only speculate that they might have been paying off the law enforcement people, okay? And then it changed. Then you were getting these scooters, and they all look the same, like they're getting to the same place. And they're parked right outside the hotels. The shelter hotel. The hotels are used to shelter the what they call migrant work, migrant people. Okay, but I think they got them for them. Whoever who's sponsoring them are buying these bicycles. And as you see with the Aurora, let's see here. So what I showed you before, let's see. Just want to again show you, so you know what I'm talking about. Heavily on my view. Okay, that video that I showed you. Okay, go back more.
Really disturbing video. It has been making the rounds, going viral. This is out in Aurora, Colorado, and it's one that is making headlines, of course, all over the country, where the mayor of Aurora says Venezuelan gangs are overrunning apartment buildings there as part of an organized criminal effort. Look,
yeah, that was happening. It's an illegal criminal gang activity. They're being weaponized. Whoever who's sponsoring these people to come into the U.S., housing them, feeding them, and they're having children. And who's paying the tab? Taxpayers. The system is getting over. Okay, that's in my little doggy side. Yeah, it's taxing the system. They want it to burst. Let me check something out here. I'm gonna check something else here. Oh, stop sharing. Okay, let me see here. Okay, I want to try something else. Okay. Okay, I want to try something here. I want to find out if the baby is Venezuelan. Migrant house. using, I'm typing some migrants are using babies to get, let me just see here. Yes, something is happening. I had personally experienced before I left. Let me see here. Let me see. Just clean. Oh, wow. Oh, why not share that one? Yeah, well, I see the video of that. It's very, okay. The truth about illegal immigration crisis. Okay. Oh, interesting. I see on my screen some videos. Elon Musk warns migrants are coming for your homes after New York City kids force out of classroom. Oh, wow. That sounds interesting. That sounds interesting. I want to see that video. Let's see. New York City offers prepaid cars to migrants. Yeah, New York City offers migrant families prepaid cars for food and baby supplies. Do they have to pay it back? You're in bad shape, people. Yeah, what I was just looking for, people. I had typed in migrants are using babies to get money. Well, before I left, okay, I'm just checking to see if my video is still running. Yeah, before I left the United States, I left in 2023, the end of 2023. It was during the fall, and it was a cold day. New York City, it gets cold. And there were a couple from Venezuela, because they told me where they're from. They were young, they looked like they were in their 30s, early 30s, late 20s. And the guy had a sign, a card. In New York City, what the beggars do, they have like a cardboard sign, and they write, homeless, need food, whatever. Okay. And I didn't really pay attention. They were sitting on the sidewalk on the corner. And the lady, I wasn't really paying attention. I think I had my stroller with my dogs in it. I think that's it. Yeah, it was coming from the park. I think if I can remember right. Airplane. Okay, that was an airplane, and yeah. So the lady saw that I was going to walk right past them. So she lifts up. She had in her lap a child, but when she lifted it up like a rag doll, and it looked like a newborn. It had little diaper, and you see this bare legs, skinny legs, and it had I remember a big head, and a big forehead, and it was like hanging down like that, just dangling in her arms. Of course, I feel horrified because to me they looked like a newborn baby. I'm telling you that this is what I saw. So I felt very emotional. And I just said, por favor, uno momento, and I pointed to the deli store next to them. So I go in and I buy food for both of them, the man and the woman. And I was going to get, baby food. So I wasn't really thinking, I'm just thinking baby, but a newborn, they just need mama's milk. So maybe I might have also wanted to get formula, something for the baby. I just looked at things for little babies. They didn't have, but either way, I got them both sandwiches soup, hot soup, uh, a little snack, and a large thing of water. And I handed both of them the two separate grocery bags I got for them. And then, but when I came up before I handed them the two packages for them, um, the lady they were standing now. They weren't sitting on the ground before, and I see her with an older child in her arms, like a toddler, like a 2-year-old or something, an older kid with clothes on. Someone went, wait a minute, what happened? What happened? People in New York City or anywhere else in America, have you also seen the people from Venezuela, the couple using babies to in to encourage people to give them food or money? This happened to me. It's like I said to myself, excuse me, am I just seeing things? I said, I know what I saw. And that's why I feel so urgent because, oh my God, the baby, because it was cold that day. Why would a mommy not have clothes on the kid? It was just bare, you see a little diaper, bare legs, you see the arms, and it just hanging down like this, like a rag doll. People, I'm wondering, do they have props now? These babies that look real for beggars? So my doggy, for beggars. I know what I saw. And when I came back, they had an older kid sitting up, alert and everything. Where did it go? And then she said something about WIC. So they already know. If it's WIC, the mommy gets food. I used to work for WIC. Well, I did volunteer at a hospital in the WIC program. And I would teach the women there about the program, okay? And any questions that they had. Yeah, I did that for 9 months in New York City at a leading public hospital in New York City. I personally did volunteer work for them. So, and this lady already knew about the program. She was already on it. So it's like, wow, that mommy gets food. Mommies get food from the WIC program. So what happened to the original kid? Where did it go? They did like a bait and switch. And to put, I felt so stupid after that. But I gave the food in good faith. See, I'm heart-led. If I feel moved when I saw the baby dangling in mom's arms, she was using it as a prop shield like that. She knew it would shock me. Yes, it did shock me. And that's what, because I was just going to go, because I wasn't really paying attention. I see the sign and just regular beggars. I knew they were migrants the way that they looked. But I was angry. I said, wow, they are real clever. And has this ever happened to anybody? Let me know. Has this ever happened to you, Americans? Have you ever witnessed this? Them using props, things that look like babies, and dangling them in front of women so they feel sorry for them. And yet, yeah, it's horrible. Yeah, I can't find anything here on the internet. Let me share this. I'm curious. Let's see, I want to play this one here. Okay, let me go back. I'm gonna share another video. Share that. Okay, let me make it bigger.
Remote learning.
Okay, this
said that
is,
migrants will Elon Musk said that migrants will quote.
I'm sorry. Because I want to put it to the beginning. Okay. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to play this video entitled Elon Musk warns migrants are coming for your homes after New York City kids forced out of. Okay, I can't read the rest of that. Okay, let me just play it.
Elon Musk said that migrants will, quote, come for your home after a video was shared to X of migrants being dropped off at a school in New York City. About 1,900 asylum seekers were seen being dropped off at a high school in Brooklyn to take precaution from a storm over concerns that Floyd Bennett Field would flood. Although the migrants were reportedly cleared out by sunrise, the principal chose to move forward with remote learning. The decision outraged parents and Musk, who's been very outspoken against the U.S. border crisis since he visited Eagle Pass, Texas last year.
How does it feel that you kicked all the kids out of school tomorrow? How does it feel? You feel good? I hope you feel good.
An ex-user pointed out that migrants are already being housed in American homes and cited an August 2023 article from Boston News 25. At the time, the Massachusetts governor just declared a state of emergency over the migrant crisis and asked that the federal government and residents help out. New York has recently been buckling under the pressure of an influx of migrants and has been trying to shuttle some into New Jersey. New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy just won't have it. The crisis has gotten so bad that New York City Mayor Eric Adams has reversed the budget cuts to the New York police and fire departments.
Okay. Wow. Going back. Okay. Anything else here? Yeah, it's so they're going into your schools. What safety is it for your children? They're not vetted. They're not vetted, some of these people. And they're attacking U.S. citizens or legal residences in America. Somehow, these alleged asylum seekers are getting weapons, scooters. They're highly mobilized. They have cell phones so they could communicate in America and in the countries where they're from. They are more they're very connected. It's just, yes, I thought I saw something else here. I saw something with, okay. I saw some, I'm going through the tabs. I saw something about where the immigration, where people are from. I just saw it before. Let me see here. It's not that one. Just saw it. Is it that one? Let me see here. Oh, where did it go? Let me see here. Okay, let me go and type in. Let's see. Okay. Status. Income. Yes. Okay, I'm just typing in. Yeah, I saw something just a moment ago. They have statistics about what incomes that they make. I hope I find it. You're going to see that many of them, they're doing very well. I wonder where that is. How could I forget that? Listen, I'm trying to find this here. Statistics, okay. Economic statistic of in, how does immigrant impact the economy? 10 facts about immigration in UK. All infinite in America. Okay. I hope I can find it. I was just on, I was meaning to go back. I can find it. The immigrants are good. Okay. Why, I don't know where it is. Maybe when I get offline, then I'm going to find it. Let's see. Boy, I do not see right now. Okay, immigration and economic growth from the supply side. See, it's not immigration. I mean, it's not legal immigration. It's illegal immigration. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't know where it is. Yeah, because also, okay, let me just stick to what is the point about, the economics. There was a statistic that I saw according to ethnicity and their status economically. You have people, at least especially in New York City, and again, it's not poo-pooing on any of these legal immigrants who have employed, utilized hard work to get, to become a part of the American dream. I'm not talking against them. So what's happening in New York, many of the new, I see, you have many immigrants in New York City who are lawful and they have businesses. There are new homeowners, and homes in New York City are very, very expensive. So somehow in a short period of time, through their hard work and networking, they are quickly moving up the ladder, the social economic ladder. But what could happen? Okay, we have those who are illegal. And many of them being dumped into these new established immigrant neighborhoods. Yeah, a lot of the people, residences that are born in New York City, many of them have moved out or died off. And you have new immigration, legal immigration, that are able to afford buying these homes. The kids go to school. But now you have the migrants, the illegal immigrants that are being stationed near these neighborhoods. And before I left America to come to where I live now, they were setting up tents near these new established communities of immigrants, legal immigrants. And they learn very quickly, the legal people, these new homeowners, they understand how the system works and that the value of your community can drop significantly So it decreases the value of the home, and you know how some people who use their house for collateral for purchases, you know, they want to maybe send their kids to school and they get out a loan based on the value of their property that they own. And you know, they just, you know, in hopes of moving up the social ladder, the economic ladder. But if now the value of their home decreases, it decreases their economic leverage to utilize for their livelihood. And they in particular was fighting back. They were angry and they were protesting. And I used to live in Queens. This was happening a lot in Queens. You have a lot of new immigrants, legal immigrants, who wait years to get their families in legally, and then they work. Many of them open up their own restaurants or some type of establishment, and then they were able to get loans or somehow, you know, get money to buy homes. And again, the homes in New York City and Queens, they're expensive. They're buying them. And now their interests are being affected and they're speaking out. Where are they going to send their kids? What schools? Yeah, this is it's really something. In 2023, it was becoming a growing concern for that demographics. But now it seems like in 2024, you know, I'm looking here and I don't see much. See, a lot of the news are being censored. They don't want you to know. They don't want you to know what's going on. Let's see. Okay, what is it on double interest? Okay. Okay, I'm just, yeah, things are changing rapidly. Why North America is banning. Oops, what is that? I just had something here, I'm sorry. What is that? Oh, wow. Just something just caught my attention. Why US, Canada, Australia, and UK banning Indian immigrants? Oh, that's interesting. Wow. Why immigrants running from Canada cities in record numbers? Reverse immigration. I'm just screening this content here. How legal immigration bottlenecks impacts the economy. Okay. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I can't really, yeah, I was looking for something and I can't seem to find it, but everything affects everything else. It's not just the US, it seems to be global. Things are happening globally. And I believe this is all by design. They want to try to traumatize people, cause fighting, fear, and then they're going to try to look for a savior, someone to rescue them. And they're doing this in America, where I'm from. Yeah, I don't trust the administration that they have in place now by Biden and Harris. It's a disaster. And I saw part of the CNN News interview with Kamala Harris, and everything about it. What I saw, it seemed like she didn't do it by herself. She had the potential VP, what's his name, Walt, sitting next to her, and everything about what she's talking about, like. The interviewer asked a direct question: what's the first thing you're going to do? The first day in office, what are you going to do? And she had to repeat it more than once. And it's like, I notice everything. She's always looking down. How come she's not looking eye to eye to the interviewer? How come she can't seem to know how to communicate direct answers to the interviewer? What if Kamala is speaking to another leader of a country? What is she going to do? Is she going to have a babysitter walk next to her? There's something she's going to be by herself. It shows it's a lack. Again, it, it's I see disaster ahead. You have a person, and they're not even demonstrating that they can handle their VP position, and they want to become a president of a leading country, but she can't handle an interview. Just look at the interview for yourself. You come to your own conclusion. And again, you vote for who you want to vote for, not because what I say. You vote for who you want to vote for. I say, do you want this person to represent you and the nation? If they're saying now, if Kamala is saying now what she wants to do, what is she doing now? I mean, she's saying what she wants to do as president, but what is she doing as vice president? Is she giving you direct answers to questions that are being asked of her? What are you going to do the first day in office? What are your priorities? And everything is just general information. Or you see her scratching her face when asked a question, right? Just look at it. Does this look like a confident person? Does it? Does it look like she has answers? Why does she have the interview scrubbed, heavily edited? It was a 2-hour interview, but they only shared, was it 18 or 19 minutes? But you see, with her opponent, they can do an hour and a half interview, and they don't need a babysitter sitting next to them. They talk one-on-one, they eye contact, they just seem very straightforward. You want a leader that's confident of what they do, who's not afraid to look you in the eye, and who has direct answers to direct questions. I have another airplane. So we start here. Okay. Yeah, sorry about that. There's planes going, and it's a bit busy airspace here. Yeah, you just want the best for the country as a whole, and you want to look at motive behind what people are doing. What are they doing now? How could they say they could do better? And they're not doing well now. 3.5 years, people, 3.5 years, over 3.5 years now. And what has been happening? How is the country doing? Is it doing better or worse since they've been in? And it's always another excuse about, the prior administration. You can't handle what you're handling now. They get an F. And I think that they're pushing the country into communism, socialism, whatever how you want to call it. It's about controlling the population. They want to control your ability to buy food. They're bringing in the illegals to destabilize, to put us in debt. And I believe they want to put us in debt because who is owning a lot of the property, a lot of the businesses in America, but communist China. And I believe that some of the people in government and some of the social media people are trying to design to herd us into communism. And that I think who's behind it is communist China. Look at the people going to these colleges. A lot of people that you see going into these colleges, where they're being recruited from, these international students. From those same questionable places, and they're real quiet. They seem to do real well in school, right? And they're not hiring. They're not hiring you. They're not hiring American. They're recruiting all these foreign workers, all these international students, and the American students are being overlooked. They are dumbing down Americans. The schools in America were being dumbed down. There was a video, I watched Infowars, and they shared a clip on their channel, on their website. There was a question that was asked of some beauty pageant in America, and they said 1 out of 5 people cannot identify where America is on a map. And they asked the contestant, why? Okay. My answer to that question is maybe it's by design. If you can dumb down a nation that they don't even know where they are on a map, do you think these are people who are connected about even where they live? It's a way to dumbify you, to not make you aware. If they could confuse you about your identity, where you are, how do you know where you're going sometimes? So it might be something like that. Do you know where you are? Why don't you know? And the whole point of not letting you know, because they don't want you to know where you are on a world stage, to keep you crumbled, to keep you ineffective. But everybody else knows where you are on the map, but they don't want you to know. Are they teaching you the math, the sciences? No, but they want to teach you how to, are you a boy or a girl, right? They teach you nonsense like that. But there was something else I heard just yesterday. It's some social media thing. It was a company that's owned by China. The company is from China. And this social media thing is also owned by China, but it teaches people in China like how to do videos. But in the US, this social media thing is used to body shame. And a lot of young girls watch these social media things, and some of them, they said it was promoting body harming, like to hurt your own body, a lot of things. So it's interesting. So you have a product, they called it a tool, but the tool used in Asia is to equip and to teach the public there how to. But in America, it's weaponized against the youth of America to make you ashamed of your body, to cause you mental confusion, on your identity. Mommy, am I a boy or a girl? Oh, mommy, I think I should have this other body part. It is being used against you. You are being dumbed down. American youth, they don't know how to do anything but go on their little phones And looking at the latest trend, they're not equipped about, farming, how to make things. Nothing. But who knows how to make things? Who is networking with one another? How come in America that the Blacks of New York City, where I'm from, in which I'm a member of that community, how come we don't know how to even braid our own hair? Back in the day, in the 1970s, the Black girls, they cornrowed or braided their own hair. The neighbors, their parents, the aunties, they would braid each other's hair. Now, you have American Black women, they don't do their own hair anymore. They get some person from another country to do their hair. See, again, it's not being in tune with your body, your hair. You're alien to your own self. Do you know how to cook? Do you know how to bake your own bread? What's happening? They have these mommies, these families, these women with kids, and she doesn't cook her own food. Oh, let me call up the fast food place or the fast food, around the corner. Oh, I'm too tired to cook. Oh, let me just order our food, and then you wonder why your health is as bad as it is. When you eat other people's cooking, you don't know what they put in that food. They could be using rancid oil to cook that food. Then you wonder why you have cardiovascular disease. Why do you have cardiovascular disease? Because most of the time you're eating other people's food and they're not cooking that food with love. They're cooking it to save money. They're using cheap ingredients and you're eating it and you're becoming overweight. Your children are getting diabetes, so you're not taking care of what you should be taking care of. Your health is your responsibility. It's not a migrant's responsibility. It's your personal responsibility. You live longer when you cook your own food. You live longer. Be connected with your body, your mind. Start taking responsibility and cook your own food. You get to appreciate it. And it's cheaper when you cook your own food. A lot of people, a lot of people, I remember my growing up in the workforce. And I remember that a lot of Americans, they would order the food, they leave on their lunch hour and bring back food, and it did look tasty. But the immigrants, they would make their food at home. They eat their peas and rice, and they might have a little meat in it, okay? And because they couldn't afford that other food. And I remember at one point, I started to feel a little embarrassed to carry my food in a little container or something. I started to feel uncomfortable, embarrassed. I wanted to be trendy like the others at my job who maybe made more money than me. You want to follow along? Yeah, I was foolish. I was foolish. Yeah. People, start cooking your own food and hold your pride, What's better, to have a healthier body or to look like you could play with the the people who are making more money, who could afford going out and ordering food? They're not even making the food well anymore, at least in New York City. They're using, excuse me, it's a lot of dust in the room. They're using these, the quality of the food is not as good anymore because everything they use in migrants in these positions, in these restaurants, to save money. So they're saving money for salaries, but they're also saving money on inferior ingredients. And you are eating that food and your health is bad. And then when you want to get to the doctors, it's a long waiting list to go get an exam because of the migrants. It's a long waiting list to just have uh, an examination with your doctors. You got a long time to wait because those migrants are there to be served before you, and the growing number of children that are being born, anchor babies, and they're going to push your kids out the way, and companies are going to hire them over you. They never, in New York City, they never like Black Americans, always vilify. And yes, a lot of things that we did in New York City because of our anger got the best of us. And many of us did stupid things. We said stupid things and we did stupid things. And now you're paying for it. Now you're outnumbered. There are more of these illegals, it seems, in these large cities than native-born citizens and Black Americans. Our numbers are now small. I don't know where we are. We're not doing well. We're being pushed out of our homes, pushed out through, now you can't pay your rent. Now you're living on the streets. You can't go to the doctors because you got a long waiting list. You have the anchor babies, and they're servicing them. They're giving them translators. Yeah, something like that happened with the translator. They're giving translators. And you could be there, you have an appointment, and you were there before them, seated, and then they get processed before you. They get chosen. So, well, they have a special program for translators. Wait a minute. American ladies, I was here first. I'm sitting here, and they just, what do you mean? They've been doing this. That happened in 2006, I believe it was, 2005, between 2004, 2005, 2006. And I saw this. And when I spoke out about it, some immigrant from an Eastern European country who was working for this hospital. It was for counseling. And she gets angry at me by my spotting it out. I said, I saw that and I didn't like it. Oh, you just want everything perfect, she said. Yeah, get the F out of my country. See that they're coming. Yeah, it's not just the migrants from so-called Latin America. People from Eastern Europe are being put in these managerial, supervisory positions, and they don't like you. They even work for the VA, and you're not liked. They don't respect you. And I couldn't understand what was going on. I'm a quiet person. I was going to this, I'm a veteran, and I used to go to this one veteran place in Manhattan. I was going there for over 20 years, from the 1990s until a year ago, 2023. And it's changing. And it's getting people in administrative heads, at least are heading a lot of these departments. And they try to bully you. And I felt that it's like you feel like you're being like spied on. Because one time I didn't want to come with the, they wanted you to, we had to wear the mask, and then they wanted to put, like they have things to take your temperature. Now, in the past, they used a thing, thing you put underneath the tongue and they take your temperature. Now they want to use this gun thing. It's like a trigger, and they put it up to your forehead. And I believe they did that on purpose to try to thug you, to intimidate you. This is the former military and active duty people. Who wants someone to put a trigger to their head? And so I said no, and I think I got blacklisted. They had, I believe, because of their behavior on future visits there. And the guy looking from East Asia, somehow staring at me, and he was standing by where the police are posted at the VA hospital in New York City. Why is this? Why is this? What's happening? Did I get? Did they put like a warning thing? Oh, be careful about this person. Something was up. I don't like people putting things to my head. I don't like it. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? Are there any veterans out there who have had similar experiences when they go into the VA hospitals? How are you treated? Are you a Black woman, a Black American woman? And do any of you go to any of the VA hospitals? How are you treated when you go in there? Do you notice all of a sudden there's a surge of people from these exotic countries who are now heading these departments? How do they treat you? There were bizarre things happening when I was there. I was to get my teeth done, dentistry. And I had a guy, American fellow. He seemed very nice. And I told him my situation. He examined me. And then a man of East Asian ancestry, he comes into the room, he says, I couldn't help but notice what you were saying. I didn't really say anything profound, just, okay, I broke my tooth, I had this and that, and, and he was acting very bizarre. He said, I don't understand what you're saying. He was acting very drama, almost mocking like. I just said, look, I have this thing with my tooth and it's very sensitive. Well, I don't understand what it means sensitive. And then I elaborated more, and this is going on and on, over 20 minutes. And the person, the American guy that examined my mouth, he started to like look up like that, because he was getting disgusted. Well, guess what happened? Well, for one thing, I didn't get it done there. And the next day after that incident, the doctor that was to actually do my teeth, he left the company. He left the hospital. He left. Yeah, he was fed up. The person, the East Asian guy, he was the head of the department of dentistry there in that location at that time. Yeah. He was very, very strange. I felt he was trying to insult my intelligence. This basic. Just say, hey, I'm having problems with my teeth. They either had a drill or to extract the tooth. And it just seemed straightforward. Somehow this communication and this bullying, yeah, it's like they're reading the same script, how to treat certain people. I don't understand. This one other person from Eastern Europe, she was giving an ultrasound, and I said, "Oh, can I see what it looks like on the screen?" There's a screen you can see. Oh, well, you don't know anatomy. You didn't take anatomy and physiology, so you wouldn't know. How do you know what I've taken in school? I was a science major. Hello, yeah. They don't respect you. They don't respect you, and they don't want you to know what's going on in your body because they don't value you. And you're seen as a guinea pig. Has anybody else here, excuse me, who's watching this live stream, have you experienced similar things at your VA hospital? Have you? It's like your health is a mystery to you, but they want to gather all the data upon you, about you, but don't want to share with you. So it was just many things that I was experienced there. And I was going to that location for the past 20 plus years since 1990, 94 or 95. Yes, that's close to 30 years. Close to 30 years. And this is what I get. I felt uncomfortable going. They don't like you. They're hijacking the VA hospital. The vets are not giving their full rights. And they don't like what Trump did. Trump had passed a law that if a veteran, um, but if something cannot be done there within a certain amount of time, that they're given permission to go to another location to get it done or to get examined. Because many veterans were suffering because they didn't have enough, earlier appointments for them. And some people have died. So President Trump allowed that they could get treatment or examine elsewhere. And then, but the people who run these hospitals, they don't want to grant it. They say, oh, well, we don't want to pay for all of it. So you can't get it done. But the Trump, the law that Trump passed, they said nothing about whether it's affordable or not. You are a veteran, you're getting treated for something, you need to see a doctor. Oh, well, it's out of our system. It's a lot of things. Or they sent me, when I wanted to use that, they said that they didn't want it. It was outside of their budget. So they gave me a so-called recommendation of other places to go to. But it was a list of they have where there are people who get public assistance, welfare, to go to those places. So they gave me a long list, and then I phoned them. I said, I'm a veteran, and they didn't know what the word veteran meant. And then I said about, we call it anesthesia dentistry. She didn't know what that was. She worked there at the office, the dental office, and she doesn't know what it is. She didn't know what a veteran was. And these places were far from my house. They do anything to prevent you from getting the treatment that you need. So I couldn't get it done. I said, maybe just, once I leave, maybe to find dentistry elsewhere might be cheaper elsewhere. Yeah, they don't want you to get your full benefits as a veteran with the administration, with the current administration. They're blocking the rights of the U.S. veteran for the medical care that some of us may need, but they're putting in billions of dollars for the illegals. They're getting their interpreter, they're getting free housing, free food, and I heard that many of them are getting money to buy a home. To buy a home. What about the homeless veterans or just regular U.S. citizens for these type of assistance? Something is up. See, they want to pander to these new demographics, and I think in part to weaponize them, to terrorize U.S. citizens or legal residents, to terrorize them as well. What else? Is to put them, they're hoping that they will become able to vote, and hopefully they assume that they're going to vote Democrat. So it's a way to get a power base, a new power base. And they might think a new loyal base. These people are about themselves. These illegals are about themselves. They're not being used to to be incorporated into the society, so they keep in their language, their own customs. And now they're being used to terrorize you in your home and somehow getting weapons. As I showed you, let me show you again those people who have not been, let's see here. Okay. Share screen. I'm going to share the screen again. Okay, where's that? Okay. Show you again. Okay, remember this, people? I'm going to share this again.
All right, everyone. Welcome back here to Live Now from Fox. We'll take a look at this really disturbing video. It has been making the rounds, going viral. This is out in Aurora, Colorado, and it's one that is making headlines, of course, all over the country, where the mayor of Aurora says Venezuelan gangs are overrunning apartment buildings there as part of an organized criminal effort. Local police have called the incidents isolated, but surveillance video from at least one of the complexes is very startling, as you can see from this video right here. Now we
Okay. Okay, it's not isolated. See that? You see a guy. Where is that though? Let's see here. You see a guy with a cell phone. See that? See that? You see a guy. Who is he talking to on the phone? This is a network of criminal behavior. It's a network. And these guys, they don't look hungry. They're wearing clean clothes, but see, they're being weaponized. And this is in Colorado. I'm shocked. Colorado is allowing this. How could they let this happen? People, you follow the money. You follow the money. And a lot of times they reveal what's really going on. They are weaponizing these people to scare you, to control you. They scare you to control you. And it's awful. It's awful. Let me put it back. Yeah. Yeah, this is very, very, it's very troubling. I get emotional. I love my country, but it's doing things that aren't very good. It's a very sensitive issue. All these things that are happening, it's not just happening now. I mean, the past 30 years in New York City, it was like, you felt like, I thought maybe I'm just being sensitive, but you start to resent certain things that are going on. Jobs, you want to get a retail. And what do we say? They would say, oh, we're looking for someone who's bilingual. It's not bilingual. They want to get a person who is from Latin America. The people could speak many languages, I met a lady, she was a polylingual, and she was going for a job. And they said, oh, we want someone who's bilingual. They said, well, I could speak many languages. She said, well, you don't speak Spanish. And they should have just said that in the ad. We need someone who's Spanish, English, or whatever. But some of these jobs, they don't need to speak English. They don't. I was in retail. When I returned back to New York City in 2001, and the job in retail was in early 2001, late in the year. And the people that they have, they hire them. They want to hire them over you. And they bring in people, start noticing it. If you live in a large city, they used to have these white trucks, and they would bring them in from New Jersey, and they're filled with migrants, and they were from the countries that they were from, and work in retail. And some of these women, a lot of them are women, and they are violent. And at this job that I worked in retail, they would have fist fights. I also was attacked in that same company. And when I complained, I warned them, I said, hey, this person is trying to do something to me. I warned them, I talked to two managers, a supervisor, and no one would address the issue, and that I was attacked in front of my manager. Well, I got fired, and not her. It's another plane. Yeah, I got fired. They are protecting the rights or the position of these others. They did not respect me as a veteran, as an American, nothing. And this was in 2002 when I got fired from my job. 2002. So many was it? That's 22 years later. 22 years later. Yeah, I bet those white trucks are coming in the drug. You know, as I mentioned in the very beginning of this video, I said, people, you could stand up for your rights. Boycott those stores, retail stores, restaurants, things like that. You could boycott them by refusing to do business. I am not suggesting to do acts of violence. No violence. Do not harm anybody. Do no harm. Do no physical harm. Do not even threaten. I mean, don't, or to imply that you're going to do physical damage to someone's body or property. Do no harm. But you have the right to say, no, I will not shop or patronize your establishment. Fight with your dollars. You have a restaurant that's opening up. Are they hiring any Americans? Ask yourself. Don't buy that food. If it's someplace that they hire migrants to deliver food delivery, you tell them, do not bring anybody who's not a documented worker. Refuse it. Refuse with your money. Refuse. You don't have to, if they're illegal, why should you give them a tip? Why? Start fighting with your wallet. It's not being mean. What are they doing to you in your country? Fight with your dollars. Do not patronize those businesses that hire foreigners, illegals. It's not legal immigration, but illegal immigrants. Do not do business with those establishments. That's why they're so popular. For years, it's been happening in New York City. They don't want to hire. Oh, we want someone who's bilingual. No, it's not being bilingual. It's a demographics. They know that they'll work. They know that they're hiring Americans, you have to do, health insurance, right? All that. They don't want to have to give you those things. So they hire those other people. It's not fair. It's not fair that they're doing this to you. Hospitals, you can't get a doctor's appointment. I don't know. I don't know. This election year, it's coming up very, very soon. You start demanding from these people. I mean, you vote for who you want to vote for. Vote for who you want to vote for. But ask yourself, are you only just going to vote for someone because of their gender or race? Isn't life more important? What about them, about issues, real issues? Hunger could happen to any person. Hunger. You don't have access to food. You don't have access to medical care. And then if they wanted to scare you with the certain pathogens out there, and they want to force you to, you have to use this thing to interrupt your ability to breathe, if you know what I mean, right? You can't breathe with it on. Or they're taking away more and more of your rights. Your body, your health is between you and your physician and not the government. It's about you and your physician. And you don't have to agree with your medical practitioner. You don't have to agree with what they're saying. Just because they say, oh, this is a means of treatment, you may not agree with it. And you have a right to the type of medical treatment that you desire. You can go to another doctor. So, yeah, I said a lot of things. Well, I'm just seeing here, we have Black Rock. Let's see, it's been a while. Yes, good day to you too. Okay, Black Rock is saying squat is what she is going to going to do. Kamala is in a position she doesn't want to be. Yeah, yeah. Don't please. We already been through things with Obama, and I did vote for Obama the first time. He was not my first choice for that first election that he won. Someone else, but they were not on the ballot, the person I wanted. And I said, let me give him a chance. And I learned then, he's not, just because someone is a person of color or claims to be whatever, what race, whatever, please go beyond that. Go by their record. Who are they? How are you going to benefit? How are you going to benefit? By when they're in office, don't go just by their so-called color or gender. There are women who just, they say woman. Is she really a woman? Who are they about? And when during the CNN interview, she keeps talking about the family and the children, the babies. But isn't she all in favor of the extermination of the infant that is born, and then they destroy the baby at the office, the doctor, because there are abortions that they birth the baby and then they kill it, the doctors, after the baby is born alive. So how could she care about life? People go by what their record has shown. Go by what they do, not by what they say. Go by what their record has done. How did it affect your community? Don't just say, oh, well, she's a female. Well, we always see the devil can wear a dress, the devil in a blue dress, right? What have they done for you? And yeah, women who are going to hurt you. They're about to say anything to attract you. You're voting. That's why they're always saying things about, oh, the woman empowerment. She is not empowering the American women. She is not empowering the Black American woman. She is empowering and is being supported by people outside of the community, the Black community. It seems like when it's convenient for her, she's one race and then another race. I really don't care what her race is, but I care about consistency. You can love or be a part of any community, but when you're flip-flopping and you're really not, and it's about your record, what does the record show you? Oh, excuse me, I just remembered something else. I don't know. Again, it's a person's word of mouth. I should get that video. There's a video of a man. He said this incident happened 20 years ago. And he said that he was grabbed by Kamala. He was in a locker room. Let me see if I can find that video. Let's see. Let me see here. I'm gonna go on a video here. Let me see if I can find this. Oh, that's signing in, brother. Let me see. Let me type in something. Man accuses sexual harassment. Let's see. Let me see here. If I can find it. Yeah, I just saw it today. It was a young guy. He was wearing a red. He was wearing a red hat. Let's see here. Okay. Man accused of criminal sexual harassment. It's called a Willie Brown. Man accused of criminal. Let's see, Willie Brown. He said he didn't know what she meant by Willie Brown. Let's see here. Where is it? This is important. If this is true, let's see here. Yeah, I'm looking on multiple things here. So I really want to find that. Let me go back. I have to exit out of this screen here. I have my device out, my phone. Let's see here. Okay. I'm gonna look at my history. Let's see. Okay, look at history. Videos. Somebody from the home. I'm about to find it. Okay, please bear with me. I'm looking for history. Let's see here. Creators, community. I hope I can find, okay, history. Review all. Okay. Yeah, I'm scrolling now. If I can find it. Yeah, I saw it early this morning. Okay, I found it. Okay. Pause. Okay. Let's see. It's entitled "I'm Heartbroken. I was afraid to share this story, but here it is." Yeah, let me type that in. I'm going to share it on my screen. Let me type in. Okay, let me type in here. Heartbroken. I was afraid to share this story, but here it is. Okay, I hope I don't. Okay, I'm going to share this. Okay, we're going to pause. Okay, I'm going to share the screen. Okay, this is very important. Oops, just pressed the wrong button. Sorry. Share screen. Okay, make it bigger. Okay, I found the video. And again, I don't know the validity of this video. This person is sharing their story. And right, we're supposed to, someone is coming out with, in essence, sexual harassment. He alleges that this event happened about 20 years ago. Okay, so let's share this. Okay, here I go. Again, I don't know I don't know this individual. I found the video this morning and I was surprised. I've never heard anything like this. But if this is true, then he should be supported in this truth and people should know who they're voting for. Okay, here I go.
Y'all, I wasn't even comfortable with even talking about it.
Let me go back.
Y'all, I wasn't even comfortable with even talking about this. The fear of people judging me. But if I don't share this story, I will be doing a disservice to a lot of people who are afraid to speak up. And who want to speak up. So, yeah, I'm sorry. About 20 years ago, I was at the mall. I was buying some. I was trying on some shoes, some Nike Air Jordans. I remember this day because it was the day I got paid, and I was trying on my Nike Air Jordans, and that's when Kamala Harris came in my dressing room. And she grabbed me. And she said, "Give me that Willie Brown." I'm speaking about this now because I forgot about it. I just remembered as I was in my closet looking at my Nike Air Jordans, and I remember this day now. I don't know how I forgot about it, but now I remember. It was 20 years ago, and I remember this day. It was the day that I got paid, I was waiting on this paycheck. I remember I could not wait to get paid because I was behind on my bills. I was behind. My lights were turned off, and I was waiting on this paycheck. And when I got paid, I went to the mall instead, which was a dumb thing, which was really dumb on me because I spent all my money on tennis shoes when I was supposed to pay my bills. And but whatever. I went to the mall and I was trying on these shoes, these Nike Air Jordans, and that's when Kamala Harris came to my locker room. And she grabbed my pants and she said, "Give me that Willie Brown." And then she started laughing and cackling. And I remember going home. I was so happy. I was going home. I went home. I had my new shoes. My lights were still turned off because, of course, I spent all my money on the shoes. And I'm sitting in the dark just crying my eyes out because I couldn't believe that this woman came in this locker room and grabbed me. I don't know what was funny about her grabbing me and telling me to give me that Willie Brown. Who is Willie? At the time, I'm like, who is Willie Brown? What do you mean, give me that Willie Brown? She referred to my private area as Willie Brown. But hopefully more people will speak up and share their story. 20 years. This woman does not deserve to be president after what she did to me.
Okay. Wow. Wow. Yeah, that is something else, people. This is, I don't know this individual. There's a lot of questions to ask regarding this dressing room. How could we get in there? How does that happen? Why did she go in a man's locker? I don't know. It's horrible. Yeah, I used to work in retail. I did work in a large retail store, and I was in a situation where I was like a supervisor at a retail store, a big one in New York City, and a man dressed as a woman, clearly a man, has like the 5 o'clock shadow, big muscular dude, and he's with a female, very female, it's a middle-aged lady, so I guess to chaperone him, to get him access, like, he can claim to be a woman and have a woman to like vouch for him, or you should let him use the ladies' dressing room. My manager had come up, and I remember the response, the inquiry that my manager said was, "Are you a complete female?" Or something like, "Are you a complete female or full female?" Meaning what anatomy he had down there. Yeah, I remember that was 22 years ago. Wow. So again, it would be interesting to interview that person, that victim, to be victimized. You're meant to be sexually harassed by women and men. You have perverts or weirdos out there, and they'll victimize anybody. It's like a power trip. If his story is accurate, is proven to be accurate, I wouldn't want that either. I wouldn't want someone to be like that. But for myself, well, Trump said things in the past. It's about do the right thing. And if someone has a bad history, you want someone who could represent America in a positive light. Not like in front of the camera the one way, but behind the scene they're doing horrible things. But, I wouldn't want that. Yeah. So I think I'm going to close this live stream, but I thought it's important. Yeah, it just came to my memory about this man who was allegedly harassed by Kamala Harris. We'll see what comes out of this. Yeah, I haven't heard anybody else talking about it. Very telling. So thank you again for listening. Yes, before this video, I did a live stream and I shared different videos. And then prior to that, I shared a video about a short video about some of the visions that I had. Yeah, please feel free to watch them and share your experiences or opinions, or if you have questions, write them in the comment section below. Thank you again for listening. Again, it's your freedom for who you want to vote for. Vote wisely, and not to just base on someone's gender or color, because we see in politics that it may not work. And they're not about what they want you to believe. And it's like a bait and switch. Vote from your heart. And whatever how you vote, that's it's your rights to vote, and you shouldn't be harassed for your opinion. Okay? Thank you again for watching. And peace and love and safety to you. Thank you again. Until next time. Bye-bye.